What's up, guys? It's Joel Pressure's Paintball. Today we are bringing you a regulator video, Doug. So we're going to be talking about the differences between the Powerhouse reg, the Powerhouse TKO reg, I should say, and all the different variants of the Ninja reg that is available. If you guys like this video, please subscribe, like, all that stuff. As Doug likes to say, shop the link in the description. We'll see you guys after the intro.
I'm so free.
Doug, what reg do you use?
Pro V2.
Yeah, I know you bought like 5 for me.
What can I say? I just like what I like.
So we have this battle of the regulators going on, right?
Yeah.
Because like now
There's kind of two schools of people.
Yeah, there is 2 schools of people. We've got the people that like the Powerhouse regs, and we got the people that like the Ninja regs, and for different reasons. So I guess I'll start talking about the Powerhouse regs first here, Doug, and
Okay.
I'll let you talk about Ninja, seeing as though you're more.
I am more versed with the Ninja regs.
Yeah. So Powerhouse reg is going to come in at $180. It is made in Texas,
Okay.
Doug. So
Made
it's
in
all
USA.
American made. The Ninja regs are also all American made. But what's cool about the Powerhouse TKO regs is a few things. First off, it's offered in a bunch of different colors. It's offered by Infamous as well. You can get special ones from Powerhouse, but a bunch of different colors. So we've got the red, white, and blue here. Just your standard black reg.
Got a Rasta.
Doug's got the Rasta. Got
This is just
silver.
like a pure silver, right? And then
Yep.
a black again. This looks different.
That is a long body.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you that want like a longer extended feel, you can also purchase the long body, which is a nice feature as well. So like some people like having that extra space in between their bottle and the tank. So I know a lot of people are like that. So
It's funny
you're
to
not
me.
going to be able to have that option with the Ninja reg.
You'll get dudes that are super, super short. Like, so we'll just take Ronnie D's on, right? Because he's a player that I like. He's like maybe 5'5" or something like that. Little dude uses a humongous, like an 80 or 77 something tank, and has a reg extender on it, and uses a Lux.
Yeah.
Like just this giant setup
Yep.
on this little dude. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
so some people use the reg extender, some people, I just use a little bigger tank, and then some people like the long body from Powerhouse. So the other thing too is it is adjustable output pressure. You are going to need like a special tool kind of to adjust the output pressure on this. So that's something to note with this. But overall, like very high quality regulator. It is stainless steel. So it's going to feel nice and sturdy in the hands. I'm going to weigh it real quick here. Sorry, Doug.
I'm gonna write down what it weighs too, because we're gonna forget by the time we get to the other one.
Yep. All right. So the Powerhouse TKO reg is going to come in at 5.5 ounces. But overall, dude, like super high quality regulator. You're paying for the quality of it.
Yep.
I personally use a Powerhouse, and that's because like I like how it feels. It feels super solid. It's never let me down. Never had like a burst disc or anything like that blow. 1.8 burst disc blows when the pistons are bad in the actual regulator, and you don't have that issue. So, but you can only adjust the output on this from like I think it's like 450 to 650.
Okay, so it's got a
like
very
on the
limited
Ninja reg.
range of output
It does.
pressures.
It does.
Gotcha.
All right.
Well, the Ninja reg, we've tested quite a few after doing some adjustments, because the adjustment style is completely different, but it's gotten down to as low as what, like 350 or something like that.
Like right around 400, yeah.
Well, no, because my one reg that we put on my old 77 was like in the 300s or something.
Oh,
the
okay.
higher 300s, but like we
Okay.
tested it right there, and
Yep.
that was crazy how low that got. But they also have the SLP, which that's locked around 300.
300,
yeah.
yes.
So you have a few more options as far as the Ninja regs. They offer a little more diversity, and then
As
also
far as
kind of
output
makes
pressure.
well, yeah, output pressures, and also like with capabilities, right? Because with the old school standard reg, you can't adjust where the fill nipple actually comes out, whereas on the Pro V2, are these all screwed all the way in there?
They weren't. They weren't. Keegan made this for me.
Shout out to
But
Keegan. I love
here's
this
the
thing.
standard.
There you go. So the standard reg, output-
$65.
Yep.
60 or $65.
and I believe you can change the output pressure on the standard reg as well.
You can.
But
You can.
if you are someone like myself who at this point literally can't use a tank where they can't adjust where the nipple goes, I'd be very unhappy, but it can be a lot more cost friendly because I don't buy these. I only buy the Pro V2. I don't know the cost difference on these, but it's
like $25. 20
Yeah.
or $25.
as opposed to 80 for the Pro V2. So like
85 bucks.
80, yeah, sorry, 85. So it's a pretty significant difference for literally the only ability being to just adjust the
Well,
This-
actually, there is another difference.
Okay.
So when you take them apart, That is spring regulated.
Okay.
And so are these.
Whereas the Pro V2 is shim regulated.
Yeah,
okay.
and supposedly the shim, from what I've seen at least, like on guns, it seems like the shim style HPR on guns seems to be a little bit more consistent than the spring regulated, but teach its own. It's very minimal.
Yeah,
so.
It's kind of a potato.
And that's just something that I've observed. It's not, I haven't proved that. So
a little bit of a potato. But what I will say is that I like for the Ninja products that they offer a little bit more of a range of kind of diverse products. Hey, that was easy. So you want to take the plastic thing off it too, because that'll make a difference with these tiny little things.
All right, so for the standard reg, you're not going to be able to adjust it. It's a little bit shorter, which is nice. I actually prefer the standard reg when it comes to Ninja regs.
Really?
Yeah, because it's shorter. I don't really care. I'm not particular about where the fill nipple lies. So I do like that about it. It is cheaper, obviously. It has like this nice thick pin, so it's very durable as far as that. And 5.4 ounces.
So it's a whopping ounce lighter.
0.1 ounces lighter.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so, all right, then we've got the ultralight, guys. So this is, oh God, I can't remember. One's stainless steel and one's aluminum. So I think this is aluminum bonnet.
Probably, yeah,
and this is stainless steel bottom, if I remember correctly.
Wait, you get that.
Oh, yep. And this one, the ultralight, is, wow, shit. That one's going to come in at 4.6 ounces.
Wow.
So the ultralight is nice. You still are going to have that spring inside of it, not a shim stack.
Okay.
You're still going to be able to adjust the output from all the way from 450 to 850. So Ninja's nice because you have the Pro V2 SLP at 300. Your ultralight and your standard reg is 450 to like 850 or 800.
And I think when you buy them, they come in that 800 range.
They do. You got to take the shims out of them. Yeah. Whereas like when you buy the Powerhouse, it's right around that 500 mark. I always suggest to people in the store 500 is like the perfect price point or perfect output pressure. Excuse me, because basically any electric gun is going to operate at that pressure okay,
right?
Including some of the older markers and all that stuff. Let's see if Doug can get this thing out.
I can't even turn it because this one's in the way. Oh, you
should be able to just pull. But then the Pro V2, you've got the SLP, which is 300 output pressure. You've got just the regular Pro V2, which is going to be 450 to 850. You have the ability to adjust where it lies. I forgot to mention with the Powerhouse, you can also adjust where the fill nipple and the gauge lie as well.
Yeah, you totally can. Yep, it's right there.
And then you've got the Pro V2 SHP for high output. So if you've got like
I didn't know there was an SHP.
There is a so there is a SHP, and it's very uncommon that people need it. But if you got like if you got a gun that operates better on higher output pressure, like a Tippmann, an old school automag, maybe a Cocker or something like that.
I thought also like the old Egos were better on higher pressure or something. I thought that was something I heard.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, like you do have that option if you really want an SHP. They're definitely not as popular as like the SLP or the regular Pro V2. But in my opinion, like if you're going to go with a Ninja reg, the Pro V2 is perfect because you can still take the shims out.
You kind of get the best of all the worlds. And while to Joel's point, it's not as you have to deal with the extra little bit of length because of that middle section to be able to rotate it. I would say that's more often than not, people don't care about the reg being shorter or longer. If anything, the tendency is for people to buy stuff to make their setup longer. So I think that kind of plays into what the standard is anyway. My thing, if we're comparing these two products, as much as I do think that the TKO, it's cool. I like that it comes in more of that mid-range. You can adjust it to whatever you want, but you do have to buy a tool that you don't normally have in order to do that. It's also, what's it, 140?
So these are 180.
180.
Yeah, those are 180, whereas just the Pro V2 is 85.
So,
you spending that extra money or no?
No, I have everything I need with the Pro V2, and as Joel had mentioned, if the shim system is in fact actually more consistent, that's what it's supposed to do, right? At the end of the day, it's supposed to give me output pressure consistently.
Yeah.
Why would I pay an extra $105 for that when this literally gives me everything I need? I can adjust my pressure. I can rotate the fill nipple, same as I can with this, for that much cheaper. I will say, the one thing with these regs though is they do the oxidizing thing, right? Like they kind of like...
They do.
You'll buy them at black, and like mine now looks like it's just a total copper color. I don't know what metal they're using.
I actually can't explain that either. I'm sure someone's going to leave in the comments about that.
Please do.
But whereas like I've had my haymaker.
Yeah.
I've had my haymaker for like 3 years, and it still looks, except for my gauge being cracked. But other than that,
It hasn't tarnished at all.
No, it hasn't. So there is that. So like, the quality is definitely a little bit better when it comes to that. I will say from a performance perspective, and obviously we'd have to make a video to prove this and all that, but I have actually tested the consistency between the two. I had an airflow cocker, airflow through cocker, so the regulator actually didn't adjust at all.
Okay.
And so you could judge the consistency, same paint and all that stuff, and we did 10 shots and did like the standard deviation and the average and all that stuff, and when we did that stuff, they were the same.
Really?
Yeah, they were the same. So there is that portion of it, but I think for me, if I've got the money, I'm actually going to go Powerhouse.
Yeah.
I am going to go Powerhouse because I've seen not fill nipples, but I've seen burst discs go on these a lot more than I have on this, which once again, that's an indication that the internals are bad, and you got to replace it, and it's like $18, so it's still cheaper even if you rebuild it once. But I do like how this feels. I like the fact that it's stainless steel. I can buy this once and be done with it, and it comes factory, so I don't have to get the reg in and adjust it. So like, it's just plug and play, right? Like, you're ready to go, you buy it, you're ready to go.
I will say my Pro V2, I did adjust it when it first came in to get all the shims out, but since then I haven't done a blessed thing to it. No leaks, no explosions. No.
How long have you had it?
5 years. I bought it January of 18, and we are now in February of 23. So
yeah, when I say that I see these more,
you see them more often.
I also see these more often. And I'm talking hundreds of them, if not thousands of them a year. So, to see 3 or 4 over the period of the year, I don't think I've ever seen a Powerhouse. I have seen the Powerhouse one leak out the top before, like once or twice. So there is
statistically, something's bound to happen, but I guess also statistically, it's a little more likely for the Ninja Regs. But I would also just argue they've been around for longer.
Yeah.
And there's just more of them in circulation.
That's true.
So there's that.
That's right.
Either way, you really aren't going to go wrong with either one of these. I can't justify spending $100 more for something that does the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
That's me. That's just me. I'm basic.
That's fair. I like the colors. I like the feel. I like the stainless steel.
That is true.
Powerhouse.
I never see any fun colors of Ninja Regs. Their bottles are great.
Yeah.
But they don't do anything color-wise with their rigs. I will totally hand that over to Powerhouse. That's absolutely fair.
All right, so Doug, you're going Ninja. I'm going Powerhouse.
I am.
They're all available at punisherspp.com.
Use the link in the description to buy either one, and then I'll know which one you guys like better. Leave a comment. Let us know your experience with either of these things. But guys, thank you for watching. Love having you on the channel. Please subscribe so we can keep hanging out with you, and we'll catch you in the next one.
See you guys soon.